What it is, it's your boy Dutch the Damon, and you now watching Damon Time with Dutch. On today's episode of Prison Stories Uncut, we over East Baltimore in them real trenches with it, man. But before I hop off in the storytelling mode, I want to send a big shout out to the brother Kenny Smith. This brother, a loyal supporter, sent his hard-earned money in through Cash App. Let me know he like what I'm doing with the content. Appreciate you, brother Kenny Smith. Definitely ain't gonna let you down. Now that we got that out the way, let's get it. So a hack man spots him and pulls down on North Avenue and Castle Street. Scoops him up. Big Chuck and Bubbles hop in. He tell the hack man where he going. They get to making their way towards the house. The whole ride, Big Chucky was just silent. Bubbles crying, tears coming down her eyes. She just looking out the window in silence. When they get to the house, Big Chuck pay the hack man. They hop out, go inside the house. As soon as they get in there, Bubbles throw her arms around his neck, kiss him all over his face, and tell him, I love you so much. I know you did that for me. I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for you. I love you so much. He was kissing him all over his face. But to her surprise, he pushes her away and storm up the steps, slam the bedroom door. She just standing there crying. So she go running up the steps behind him. But when she try to get in the room, it's locked. She screaming his name outside the door. She telling him through the door like, yo, it's not your fault. You did what you had to do. You're the only reason I'm alive. I don't look at it no type of way. Because at the end of the day, you saved my life. On the other side of the door, Big Chucky just sat there on the bed with his palms in his face, crying. He couldn't believe what just happened. Not in a million years would he think he would be put in a position like this. He felt like all his credibility as a man, as a street nigga, just went out the window. Shit made him feel less than a man. Embarrassed to even look Bubbles in the eyes. In a rage, he just got up off the bed, started throwing shit around the room. Breaking TVs, he broke the big mirror on the dresser. Big Chuck going off in that bitch. Bubbles banging in the door, trying to get in. Meanwhile, over West Baltimore, Lil Mac and Stevie, who had been laying on Jarrell and Kia house all day long into the wee hours of the morning, in which they was waiting for. Jarrell and Kia done fell asleep under the Christmas tree. In fact, Jarrell was still on top of Kia with his manhood still down in her. Sleep. Kia woke up first, tapped Jarrell on the shoulder. Wakes him up. He get to standing up, pulling his manhood out of. Go in the kitchen, get the cold hot chocolate that he had set on the table earlier. She get up off the floor, still looking sexy as a motherfucker. Jarrell looking like he ready for round 2. Kia sit down on the couch like, boy, you wore me the fuck out. Still gotta wrap these gifts for my babies. They got so much stuff. I just know they're gonna be so excited. Can't wait to see the looks on their faces when they see the tree and all the gifts. Unfolding the wrapping paper, she picked up a toy fire truck and started wrapping it. Jarrell come out the kitchen smiling. He thinking to herself, wife happy, he back in the house, lights cut back on, Christmas taken care of. He done did his job. He thinking to herself, lights back on, wife happy, Christmas taken care of, food in the refrigerator. He done did his job. So as he stood there admiring his wife wrapping them gifts, Lil Mac and Stevie was creeping on the side of their house. Crouched down, each one with guns in their hand. In the pitch dark, they make their way to the back of the house. Stevie went up on the back porch and slowly started turning the back doorknob. But it was locked. And because Kia was talking and they still had the radio on, neither one of them even heard him jiggling the knob. Stevie creeped down the steps off the back porch. He whispered to Mac like, that bitch locked. So Mac tell him, like, try the side door. Because the basement had the side door where you could leave out the side of the house. They creep over to the side door, slowly get to turning the knob. That was locked, but the window next to the side door was cracked. It just had a screen in the way. So Mac like, shit, look. Stevie look at the screen. He like, man, shit. He pulled out a pocket knife. He get to cutting the screen real slow, just enough for his hand to fit in there. Then once his hand got in, he just reached in, unlocked the door, and voila, they opened the door up. As soon as they enter the basement, they pour their masks down and shut the door quietly behind them. They in the house. The light was off in the basement, so it was pitch black. So they feeling their way around trying to find the steps, knowing better than to cut the light on. When they finally make it over to the steps, as soon as Mac put one foot on the bottom step, out of nowhere, he just heard, so they both jumped, looking around like, the fuck? But it's pitch black. Mac felt something brushing up against his right leg. So when he stuck his hand down there to try to move whatever it was away from him, Jarrell and Kia Rockwaller just dug his teeth in the Mac leg. start biting the shit out of him. He drops the gun out his hand in pitch darkness. He trying to get away from the dog biting the living shit out of him. And Stevie got the gun, but he done ran to the back of the basement trying to get to the door. Cause he couldn't even see, let alone help Mac. Mac down that bitch screaming, ah, ah. So hearing the dog like, arr, arr, over top of the music, kid jump up off the couch like, the fuck going on down there? You could hear Mac screaming. Jarrell run over to his jacket, grab a Glock, run back in the kitchen, snatch the basement door open. And when the basement door opened up, that let the light in the basement. And Jarrell and Mac lock eyes as soon as the door opened. He trying to fight with the Rottweiler, the dog biting the shit out of him. He bleeding like a motherfucker. So seeing the dog coming to the light, Stevie runs over and plugs him. Pop, pop. Hearing the gunshots, Jarrell just starts shooting down the steps. Boom, boom, boom. The dog slumps over with his tongue hanging out his mouth. When the dog got hit, Mac dived onto the floor out of the way, but he got hit in his side during the process. So he bit up by the dog and shot in his side. Jarrell let off a couple shots and got behind the door, taking cover thinking they ready to bust back. But seeing that Mac was hit, Stevie just went over there and grabbed Mac, lifted him up off the floor, and started dragging him out the back door. So Jarrell runs back out the kitchen, through the living room, and out the front door, round to the side of the house. As Stevie dragging Mac up the driveway, him and Jarrell lock eyes. Stops him dead in his tracks. Without hesitation, Jarrell up the Glock. In a move of desperation, Stevie throws Mac in front of him and uses his body as a shield. He gets hit 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. Stevie returns fire. Boom, boom, boom. Jarrell dipped back around on the side of the house, takes cover. By the time he peeked back around the corner, all he seen was Stevie going over the fence and Mac laying there in the driveway dead as a doorknob. Stevie done left his ass. Kia run outside and see Mac laid out. She get to screaming, ow! Oh my God! Jarrell tell her go in the house. He walk over to Mac, who laying there lifeless, bend down and pull his ski mask off. And Jarrell couldn't believe what he saw. Thinking to himself like, man, that's Mac. That's when he started putting 2 and 2 together. Somebody done called the police because he could hear the sirens coming. This Quante homeboy. Jarrell turns around and jogs back in the house. He tell Kid like, look, go put on a robe. She was still in her 2-piece. She run upstairs, throw the robe on real fast, come back down the steps. He tell her like, look, we gotta get our story together before the police get here, or I'm gonna go to jail. So Kid start tearing up. He like, look, we don't need that right now. Don't start crying right now. Look, this is what I need you to say. Our story gotta be the same. This is what I need you to say. They broke in our house through the basement. Dog got on them down there. One of them shoots the dog. When I open the basement door, one of them run out the side of the house. I run down the steps, pick up the gun that the other one dropped when the dog bit him. Meets up with him out in the driveway. We exchange fire. One of them gets killed in the process. The other one get away. You understand what I just said? She like, yeah, baby, I got you. So they go back out onto the porch. Kid was getting ready to go back around onto the side of the house. But Jarrell told her, like, don't go around there. Just leave him right there. Leave him laying there.